We're going to go live right now. The Canadian government is giving an update on the situation overseas as the Israel-Hamas war continues.
It includes the U.S., who is very engaged in trying to get this corridor opened, and it also includes the UN. So clearly, though, there are some difficulties as in terms of who's controlling the Gaza Strip. It's Hamas, and there are difficulties in ensuring that all of these parties are in agreement to that border opening for foreign nationals and others for humanitarian purposes. So it is incredibly complex, and all of those things have to be lined up for that border to be opened. This is why we're informing people that when there is a window ready, it could be a very short window. And so we're advising them to continue to follow updates from us, which we are sending through various means. We have called on Friday night, we called every single individual we had on our list in Gaza, which was close to 50 families, to inform them directly, to be in contact with them. And we continue to stay in contact either through phone or SMS, but it's difficult because we know electricity has been failing in the Gaza Strip, and so it's been difficult to get in touch with people. That said, we gave as much information as we could, and people recognize that moving south is the best option right now. Thanks.
And just more specifically on what the breakdown was, you seemed medium optimistic, I'd say. You had the date, you had a time. Obviously, that was subject to a number of things. I'm just looking for more clarity on what actually happened and why people weren't able to cross.
I think, I mean, I can't give you much more detail than to say that all of those parties were not able to, to have that border be opened on Saturday as we hoped it would. So I can't speak to where the specific block was, but certainly, Minister Joly had assurances from Israel that they would support Canadians moving across. I know she has also spoken to her Egyptian counterpart, and there are, there is strong support for allowing Canadians to exit when that border is opened. But you are correct. It was not opened on Saturday, and there have been no departures of anyone from Gaza. So it's this isn't a specific Canadian issue. This is an international issue.
Marika Walsh, Globe and Mail.
Hi, thank you. Just to go off of Mackenzie's questions, we're seeing reports that Egypt didn't open the border. Can you please confirm that? And just based on your opening statement, is it correct that the number of people in Gaza who are looking for government help to get out has doubled since Friday from 150 to 300? Who are they? Where are they? And what are you telling them? Because the U.S. is telling them to go to the border crossing now in hopes of it opening. Are you also giving that advice, or are you saying stay put and stand by?
So in terms of the advice we're giving, you're correct, and I've been in close contact with my U.S. counterparts over the weekend to get a sense of the advice that they've been giving as well. In terms of the advice we've been giving, we have been very clear that if an opportunity arises, it will be a short window. We have emphasized that people need to ensure their own safety and security when they're traveling, that they need to be prepared. They need to be aware of their context, and that should an opportunity arise, that being close to that border would be a benefit. But again, individuals are having to make really difficult decisions, and they need to assess their safety and security. So we are not telling people to go straight to that border until we have an understanding that there will be an opening. Our assessment of the border is that we are concerned about security issues at the border itself.
But just to clarify, though, you're asking people to get close to it, and can you give a sense of whether there is any optimism that it opens? Because, of course, Friday's announcement gave a glimmer of hope. It wasn't just Canada giving that information. Now, is it that there is no hope, or is it that we just don't have the details yet? For example, Antony Blinken said, according to the Associated Press, that the Rafah border crossing between Gaza and Egypt will reopen. So where are things at in terms of a general sense of what is to be expected? What are the options? And are you aware that the Gaza border crossing will open?
We are extremely hopeful that that border will open, and we know that our partners in the U.S. are working really intensively on trying to secure agreement for that border to open. And Israel has been engaged, Egypt has been engaged, and as soon as we have concrete information, we will be providing that to Canadians. In terms of, when this happens, right now, we do not have any specific timings or days that have been outlined. We are doing proactively all the work we need to do right now to ensure that all the Canadians who we know are being sort of, are those names, those individuals are being, provided to our partners to be able to ensure that they can move seamlessly through that border. We have also been very clear with families, with mixed groups, that it is not clear yet to us whether we will be able to move individuals beyond Canadian citizens across those borders. And we understand that this is very challenging. We are pushing right now to have all Canada entitled persons, so that's Canadian citizens, permanent residents, and their family members, to be able to cross that border. And so, we continue to advocate on behalf of all Canada entitled persons to be able to leave Gaza. Thanks.
And just to clarify, it has doubled then? That they all 300
Yes, it
want to
has.
leave?
We have
Okay,
300.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
JP Tasker, CBC.
Hello, folks. Thanks for taking our questions today. Can I just ask about the person that has now been confirmed dead, the latest casualty, I guess, of this conflict? What more can you tell us about the circumstances of this death? Where were they? Where are they from? How did they die? Anything you can add would be very helpful. Thank you.
So I can't confirm any specifics for privacy reasons. I would say it has always been a possibility that missing persons would be confirmed deceased. That has always been a possibility. It is an extremely tragic outcome. Our thoughts are with the families in all of these cases. And so in terms of kind of what we are focusing on in terms of concrete actions right now, we are very focused on addressing the cases of the three missing persons who we continue to try to locate and bring back to safety in Canada.